북한 공산 세력의 위협으로
I declare martial law to protect the Free Republic of Korea from the threat of North Korean communist forces, to eradicate the despicable pro-North Korean anti-state forces that are plundering the freedom and happiness of our people, and to protect the free constitutional order.
That declaration, made by the embattled South Korean President Yoon Suk-Yeol, now landing him with a formal indictment. South Korean prosecutors, at the recommendation of anti-corruption investigators, handed down the charges Sunday morning, accusing the president of leading an insurrection when he briefly imposed martial law back on December 3rd. Yoon's fateful declaration came through an unannounced late-night television address where he claimed that martial law was necessary to eradicate pro-North Korean forces, but did not cite any specific threat and instead focused on his domestic political opponents. The move immediately plunged the country into political turmoil and saw Yoon swiftly impeached, but retreat to his fortified residence where he was holed up for weeks, surrounded by his presidential security service. After two attempts, the South Korean Corruption Investigation Office for high-ranking officials was able to take the president into custody, where he has remained since. His lawyers are arguing that he's done nothing wrong, saying Yoon never intended to fully impose martial law and had only meant the measure as a warning to break a political deadlock.
Yoon declared martial law in the process of correcting government and subversion of the national constitution. So, the decree was made as a formality, so he didn't think deeply. That's how I understand. So Yoon didn't intend full martial law.
With Sunday's indictment, Yoon is now facing two trials, one over his impeachment case at the country's constitutional court, which will determine his political fate, and the second is the criminal case of insurrection. The latter charges are unprecedented for a South Korean president and do fall within one of the few not protected by presidential powers. If convicted, he could face life in prison or even the death penalty. However, South Korea has not executed anyone in decades. For City News, I'm Karling Donoghue.